When we have cubs that we have to hand raise, like Zianda, it's a gradual process from moving them out of the house when they're not completely dependent on our care and on bottles anymore, into what we call a cub enclosure, which is the sort of beginning of the progression for them to a big lion camp. Initially, we take the cubs over to the cub enclosure for a few hours a day where they have constant human companionship until it eventually stretches to a whole day and with intermittent human companionship. When the lions start stalking my wife or my son and pouncing on them, it's basically an indication that they're ready to move to a camp and become proper lions. My outlook on life and my sort of strong outlook on family and family unity, especially with mine, has a lot to do with how I grew up. I grew up without a father, and I know I completely overcompensate as a father. But I don't think that's a bad thing. And of course, I mean, the strongest family lessons that can be learned from lions. Aris is still in the air. He's en route somewhere over Africa on a Lufthansa flight. We're about to leave for the airport to go and fetch him. So within the next 3 hours, we should be back at the sanctuary with the lion. I'm pretty worried about Aris. Over and above the existing eye condition, which we know about, it looks like that he's damaged his face very badly in the crate. We're going to have to wait to get him out of the crate before we can have a better look and see how serious it is. Hey, big boy. It's hot in Africa, hè? Yes. Was het tang of iets is er?
Trek even van de staan, zo half.
Oké. 1, 2, 3. Ik ga naar jouw kant geven. Come, big boy. Aris? Come, big boy. It's a big boy. It's a clever lion. Yes. Good boy. Good boy, yes. Good boy. We have a saying at the Lion Sanctuary that we all live by, and that is that saving one animal may not change the world, but for that one animal, the world will change forever. Hey, you sweet girl. Hey, you sweet angel. After seeing all of the abuse that I have seen and having to live with the trauma of knowing an animal that I had a very close bond to ended up on a hunting farm. Although all of that is extremely negative, I think it's motivated me to do something positive and to help the lions that I can. There are, especially before canned hunting started to die the slow death that it's busy dying, there are certain people in the canned hunting industry that felt very strongly about my views on canned hunting and the fact that there was suddenly a sanctuary that was trying to get lions out of the canned hunting industry. Some of them felt strongly enough to threaten my life, or to threaten my family's life. But it hasn't stopped me from moving forward. I believe that if you can annoy those kind of people, then you must be doing something right. Where's your ball? Is it too hot to play with the ball? Get the ball. Hello. Hello, monstrous. You're not biting hard, eh? You've already had your breakfast. White lions have been ruthlessly exploited by the captive breeding industry. A white lion male can have a price of about 1.5 million rand on his head to be killed in a trophy hunt. With Zianda, we don't treat her or see her any differently to any of our other lions, just because she's a different color. She will remain at the sanctuary for life, and she will also most definitely not be used for breeding. She's not a breeding machine to make more white lion babies. And this is a Stormers rugby ball. So I think the selectors should be looking for a new team member. Hey. The best thing about my job is waking up every morning and walking through the sanctuary before anybody else is up and before we're open to the public, and having the lions to myself for that hour or so. They all come up to greet me and to say hello and see what I'm up to. And that is the best thing about my job. Hello, little monster. What you been doing? No! Are you very moany? There's a huge feeling of personal satisfaction knowing that the animals that live here are far better off than what they were and will be safe for the rest of their lives. What's this? What's this? What's this? Who wants a sticky? Do you want a sticky? Do you want a stick? Do you want a stick? Who wants a stick? Give, Sam. Do you want a stick? Do you want a stick? Do you want a sticky? Yeah, I've got a big stick. I've got a big stick. Yep. Ah. Watch out. Get a stick. Get a sticky. A clever boy. Many of the animals that we rescue have given up. And it takes them a long time to learn to live again and learn to enjoy their lives, but they all do. Their capacity to bounce back is huge, and it's just so gratifying to see a lion like Samson, who was scared of other lions and of trees, now becoming a real lion and roaring and growling and becoming aggressive. There's no better reward. If one looks at our lions and the abuse that they've suffered and the trauma of their pasts, and some of them have suffered for most of their lives and been abused for most of their lives, their capacity to just bounce back and the day, sometimes it takes them weeks, sometimes it takes them months, and sometimes years, but at some point they all have this moment when they realize that they're safe and they can live again. And I think that any living being should embrace that you know, there can be a brighter future.